An unidentified object emitting smoke fell on private property in Borne-Surinowo in the West Pomeranian voivodeship of Poland. Police have secured the object and say it poses no threat. However, since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, any such incident has raised legitimate fear among residents. Borne-Surinowo in West Pomerania. It was here that an unidentified object was found on one of the private properties. According to witnesses, the object fell from the sky and smoke was coming out of it. Police say the object is not dangerous. However, it is still unclear what it actually is. On this matter, both the Polish Ministry of Internal Affairs and Administration and the Ministry of Defense are silent. The object is admittedly unidentified. Nevertheless, the Polish government is identified as being completely inept. We must keep in mind that to a large extent, this may be an attempt to test the defense of our country by foreign intelligence of various countries hostile to us. Unfortunately, it does not look like we are passing the test so far. In the past, when potentially dangerous objects for Poles fell from the sky, the opposition at the time demanded the resignation of Minister Błaszczak. The first decision that should be made on Saturday or Sunday is the resignation of Minister Błaszczak. Since Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz took over the defense ministry, suspicious objects have repeatedly flown into Polish airspace. There was also an unbelievable scandal. Under his rule, the military lost more than 200 mines. It turned out that the cargo had been traveling for nearly 2 weeks in a civilian wagon. Nevertheless, in his case, the prime minister did not even mention resignation. It seems that the December 13th coalition is perfectly aware of the powerful umbrella, or rather dome, that protects the public from a lot of inconvenient, disturbing information. That's why the government is in no hurry to clarify certain issues, because the obedient media simply won't publicize them, as they will wait until there are official announcements or simply keep the matter quiet. The decline in security is felt primarily by urban residents. Warsaw residents are confronted with increasingly disturbing incidents. Last night, there was a knife attack on Marszałkowska Street. The victim barely escaped with his life. After 10:03 p.m., we were dispatched to the emergency room of the cardiology department at the Mazowian-Brodnowski Hospital at 22 Poznańska Street, where a man aged 50 to 60 years came in with 3 stab wounds to the forearm and a lacerated artery. Our paramedics, together with the staff of the emergency room, joined the critical battle for the patient's life. Police have already detained 2 people in connection with the case. The injured man still remains in the hospital. The opposition has long been warning that the level of security in the capital has deteriorated dramatically. All this at a time when its president, Rafał Trzaskowski, took the slogan "Security" as a banner in his election campaign. Warsaw has ceased to be a safe city. I very strongly emphasize the fact that in Warsaw, there are more than 10,000 vacancies in the police. And what is the Polish Ministry of Internal Affairs and Administration or the Ministry of Defense doing? Well, they have set up a special team to analyze police interventions during the Law and Justice government, further discouraging young people from serving in the police force. Warsaw residents hear about similar tragic situations almost every week. A series of crimes, a series of murders of senior citizens, robberies, a murder in the center of Warsaw on the Three Crosses Square during a brawl of foreigners, but also the brutal rape of a 23-year-old woman, a brutal gang rape, because today the number of rapes in Warsaw continues to increase. Unfortunately, this violent crime affects women not only in the capital. On Thursday, a 14-year-old girl fell victim to a rapist in Wrocław-Strakowiec district. The perpetrator of the brutal attack fled the scene. The case was addressed by the girl's mother. I appeal to everyone to be vigilant over their children and themselves. My daughter was harmed. It happened on Więckowskiego Street. My daughter does not remember what gate he dragged her into. She was in shock. She was walking to the tram after 6 a.m. Police are appealing for anyone who may have any information about the attack to contact them. Officers have already identified the potential perpetrator, but he has not yet been apprehended. Similar tragedies may unfortunately occur more frequently in the future. A number of studies indicate that the increase in sexual assaults is linked to increased migration.